Hi everyone, I thought I'd better make a video about the recently added O-C feature in the website. And the background to this is that typically, when a new observation is made of a particular star, David does his calculations and adds it to his various spreadsheets and sends out, most of the time sends out for most stars, should we say, a nice chart like this showing the residuals of the from the O-C. So it's the difference in seconds and on the cycle number of the particular star in question. And I wanted to have that somehow represented on the website. So what I've done here is the same star represented on the website, and it gives the same chart and color codes the various different sources, the references that are in the data, and gives them name and shows them in different colors and different shapes if we run out of colors. So the whole thing will cycle through a pattern of colors through the circle, and then squares, and then triangles. So there's hundreds of combinations of points that can represent different groups of observers and their data. So it adds extra things and it does all this. And the way it does this is to just use an Excel file as a source file that gets uploaded. And the way that you do that is you go to the star that you want. So again, maybe HS 0705, for example, and when you look at the details of the star, if there is already an O-C data file being uploaded, then you will see the view O-C plot, and that's what takes you to that view. So if you go to a star that does not have an O-C data file uploaded, you'll notice it's not there. So it only shows, that button only shows up for stars that have an O-C. I know we've got 6 or 7 stars that have got them at the moment because I have uploaded them. So we go back to 0705. How do you go about uploading one of these files? Well, I'll explain how to upload the files, but of course I haven't explained what's in the file and the structure of the file, which I would do straight after this. So the way that you upload or replace a file which has got the latest observation in it is to click the go to the star details, click the update button, and go to the bottom, and you'll see that there's a button here. It says select O-C data file, and all you do is you choose the file, you select whatever file it is that you want, and press OK or open, and you'll notice that the file name is there, and I'm not going to press the submit button because I don't want to overwrite this one, but you would select the file and press submit, and the file would get uploaded, and then you would see the button would be there, or the updated point would then be available on the chart month on month. Okay, so that's how you look at the O-C plots. That's how you upload a new data file. But what's in the data files? Okay, let's have a little look at that. So typically David will send out, I've got several copies of his source spreadsheets, which have got sometimes they've got lots. And let's have a look at another one here. This one for 07826 star. There's various spreadsheets with notes. Then there's the chart itself. Then there's maybe different pages of different calculations and various groups and their data. And then typically, if you look at the chart, you look at where the data is coming from. It's actually in this case coming from this sheet, which is slightly differently formatted, maybe a few more columns, but the basic columns that we need to do the plot are definitely here. And then you'll notice that there are two sheets here, data and references. Well, these are the ones that you must create. They must be of this name, and you have to format them in exactly this structure to be able to upload this spreadsheet. So you can leave all these other sheets if you wish in the workbook. We're looking at the whole workbook here, but there must be a sheet called data that's formatted with these columns. I'll go through this in a second. And there also must be one called references, where the reference number is like a lookup table of references. So for example, the ALTAIR group is number 9, etc., etc. So and if there are not, if we don't have lots of references, you can just simply put one reference number with all data or something like that. But you do have to have a reference sheet with at least one reference number and one description for it to work, and that cross references to this column where there, as you see, the reference numbers are there. So each observation is a row, and the reference lookup is referenced there. You can also turn points off. You don't have to have. Sometimes the error is. I've noticed that not every single point is plotted in some of the charts. In this case, there was one dodgy point where the error was the uncertainty was very big, and so you can turn off a row just by putting a 0 in the use column. Most of the time, all the values are 1. Sometimes you've got the occasional row with a 0. So as you can see, the structure is the basic information that we need. Let me just. The data table always starts at row 3. So when you want to create a new version of this, what I recommend you do is you take an existing one like this, because all the equations and formulae are in place and all the cells are in the right positions for the website, because the website is expecting an exact structure. It's expecting BJD, E, this, the text has to be like here, uncertainty, use, reference, O minus C days, O minus C sex. It's got to be like that. And it's also looking for 3 key values: the starting epoch, which is always in B1, the period, which is in D1, and the quadratic factor for the formula, which is in F1, but a lot of the time it's 0 if a particular star hasn't got a quadratic factor in the equation. So all the actual equation is using all 3 of those values. But if you put 0 in the quadratic factor, then it will just not add to the values, and that's fine. So just leave those 6 values there, the description plus the 3 values, and the equations that are in the various cells in the table will all work correctly. And all you have to do is, the whole thing is driven by a collection of BJDs and a collection of cycle numbers, and of course the references and the uses, but the rest of the columns are calculated from that. So it's very simple. If you've got a new star to do, just copy this template, go and grab your BJDs. All I did was go and grab David's BJDs from here to here and copy them in the clipboard, and then go to this cell and paste them by value. I'm not going to do that, and it will just replace all the values. Just be careful that you're not putting less values than you've already got in your template. What I do is I kind of clear the template out of data, leaving just a couple of rows in place, and then just put loads more data in. So you just simply place the BJDs and the cycle numbers. Sometimes, as you can see, the cycle numbers start negatively and then they go through 0 and then they come out to the positive. And so if you look at the chart, as you can see, the cycles go from minus 16,000 to plus 20,000 or whatever in this case. Okay, so this is the structure of the file, and if you're unsure what the structure of the file is, then just go to the website and go to let's go back to the 0708 file star, and you can simply why is that not there. Back to list of stars. Here we go. O minus C plot. Oh yes, I haven't uploaded that one yet. I beg your pardon. This star, for example, go to this one, view the O minus C plot, and you can then click on this link here where it says uploaded O minus C data file. If you click that, it will download the spreadsheet into your downloads folder, and you can then open it up, and it will be an exact copy of what was uploaded last month. And if you've just got one more point to add, you can just simply go to the bottom of the data and add a new BJD and a new E, and you can put uses 1 and what the reference is. And if you've got a new reference to add, just add it here, save the file, and then upload it again. Okay, so that's the whole process. You will notice, so I'm just going to go to my local website because this is, bear with me, this is my local development copy, because I was expecting to see some data in that star where it wasn't there, because I'm just doing it locally at the moment. Here, if I look at this star I've been developing, here, this one has got some error bars, as you can see. So not all of the O minus C plots have got error bars, but that is done by that uncertainty column that is that you would have seen in this file here, uncertainty. If this column is not present, the website will just ignore it, and it will not try and plot the error bars. But this is something I've just added so that we can represent error bars in the O minus C. Now, I think we probably need to discuss the extra things we want. I've already gone ahead and added this data that's calculated. What is nice is you can see, for example, what you can see on the website is you can see the date and time of where the data starts and ends. In this case, it goes from April 2005, and it finishes in just the other day, March 13th, 2020. So you can see that it shows you those 3 factors at the top of the file. In this case, the quadratic cycle was 0, or days per cycle or whatever was 0. So that's how it works. And I would have thought perhaps what could we add? I would have thought some notes. I did notice that this one had some notes, and I haven't got anywhere to put notes, so I guess that maybe I should add a notes tab to the spreadsheet, and that would get added to in a nice little box with notes. The other thing I thought about, and David, you can perhaps help me, is I have noticed that there is actually a function plotted, and we need to represent the actual theoretical function, so that I can perhaps plot that as a red line or something, so we can see where the points lie relative to the theoretical function. So those are the ideas I thought we could add in a version 2. But anyway, that's it for now, and I hope that helps to understand how the O minus C works. Okay, thank you, and bye for now.